Hi, this is Trinesha Cottrell, and welcome to day 10 of Purpose. Yes, we are trudging right along. So, this, of course, is going to be a 30-day thing. So, this is day 10 of 30. And I hop on here every day after I do a live on Facebook. So, I do Facebook Lives at 8:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. For those of you that want to jump on, that want to hear my little tips and tricks and things that have allowed me to be in purpose. And here is my confessional. I said I was going to start calling this the 30-day confessional, or diaries, kind of like a an after party or whatever. But listen, what made me want to start doing this is because I can do tips and tricks there. I can say a little things here and there, and I try to make the videos about 10 to 15 minutes because I want it to be something that's helpful, that's quick, that's easy, that's something that you can get to without any, any like without it taking up too much time. I don't know, like I started just thinking about a whole bunch of stuff at one time, and then it was just like it was gone. But listen, what made me want to start doing this is because sometimes you could say something and it'd be 10, 15 minutes, and you realize that there are more things that you could say that might be able to help someone. So I just want to be able to serve, allow God to use me as a vessel, as an oracle for the sound system of the kingdom of God, so that I could just do everything that it is that He wants me to do. When I start to get beside myself, when I start to get arrogant, when I start to just start acting like I don't know how to act, I pray to God. I really do. And I'm like, God, just take away whatever it is that you need to take away, because I don't want anything if I'm not humble and you're not in it. I don't want to be a billionaire and then be acting a fool. I want to make sure that I'm acting like I have some class and dignity and self-respect and honor, and I'm honoring the kingdom, and I'm serving and helping others. I don't want to just be selfish and wealthy. I want to make sure that I have the right heart posture and the right mindset. I want to make sure that everything that I'm doing is with intentionality. And however it is that God sees fit to use me, I want Him to be able to use me in that way. And earlier today, I was talking on Facebook, and I was like, even if I look a fool, if I'm helping somebody, I'm good. I just don't want to be a fool in the world. I want to be a fool to God, and that's biblical. And I say that because I'd rather have wisdom in the world and be a fool to God any day. That way God can use me, because I'll never be where God is. God is always going to be ahead of me. He's always going to be the lead. He's always going to be everything to me. He is everything to me. So I just want to be used. That's it. I want to make sure that whatever it is that God sees fit to do in my life, whoever He needs to bring in, remove, whatever else, just do whatever you got to do. I said a prayer earlier today, and I know God was cracking up laughing at me because I was laughing at myself. I was like, really? I just I just was like, God, just do whatever it is that you need to do. Like, I don't know how it's gonna happen, what's gonna happen, whatever else, but it's all on you. I barely know some things sometimes. So I just want you to be able to do what you can do in my life. That's it. So earlier today I was talking about my testimony, and I was telling others that, you can hop on here if you want to hear more about my testimony. And there are some things that happened in the past that led me to God before, I really ended up on the floor. I really I really went through some things in my life, and you probably have to read the book for things that are really in detail. But there's some childhood things that happened. There were some things that happened, I really, and I might put like the little banner up. This is warning. I don't know what I have to do for this, but listen, it might get real. It might be some things. If there's kids watching this, take them off of this video at this moment. This is just like a little PSA. Like, make sure that you are if you don't like to hear real stuff, if you don't like to hear stuff that gets a little too like emotional, or it's about mental health or things like that, then definitely click off. Do whatever it is for your mental health. Make sure that you reach out to the helpline, whatever else that you have to do, seek a counselor, all that good stuff. I just want to make sure I put that PSA out, because I don't want anybody to be like, Well, you didn't say this was going to happen. Listen, I said it. So now it's up to you. So in school, I really went through a lot with bullying and different things. And by the time I felt like I finally fit in, I ended up just feeling like, why was I even here? I really felt like there was no reason for me to be here. I was really hard on myself. I almost didn't make it here. It was literally by the grace of God that saved me. God literally allowed for that thing that I did to not take me out. And I did it because I really felt like I had no purpose. I did it because I really felt like I didn't fit in anywhere. I really felt like I didn't matter to this world. I really felt like my life didn't matter. And I it was one thing when I was bullied and I didn't fit in. It was like, okay, I was bullied, I didn't fit in. It sucked and I was upset, of course, while I was getting bullied and everything else, but it wasn't the thing that made me feel like, oh my gosh, it wasn't until I finally started to fit in, and then the person who I had put all this trust in betrayed me, that it made me feel like, why am I even here? Like, I knew this person didn't like me. Something must be wrong with me. Like, why else would they, out of everybody, choose me to bully? Out of everybody else, why would they choose me to make pretend like they really were my friend and then turn their back on me, or whatever else. Like, it was just a lot of stuff that happened that just made me feel invaluable. It made me feel like my life didn't matter, and that, I don't know, it was really horrible. And God saved me the first time, and I didn't even know He was there saving me. I just thought that, I don't know what I thought happened, but He saved me then. And that wasn't the point when I turned my life to God. Usually that's part in people's Christian stories where they're like, and that's what made me turn my life to God. I didn't even know that God saved me in that moment. I just thought that I made a mistake. I didn't do something right. And that's the reason why I lived. I had no idea that it was by the grace of God that I was still here. I had no idea that He was the one that was looking out for me, saving me for a moment like this. I really felt like nobody cared. And I know it sounds silly to so many people when you hear that, because when you see people on the news or you see things happen to young people, it'll be their mom, their dad, all these people that are on the news that really truly did care about them, but they really feel all alone when they're going through that psychological mental battle, when they're really at war with themselves. It's not like a one thing. It's several different things that add up that make that person feel that way. And it's never like, I don't usually it's not because of a parent. Sometimes it might be, but usually it's because it's something going on inside that person, and it's things that they're going through personally. They're emotionally battling things in their life, and people don't even know about it. They're usually the person that's laughing most of the time, making everybody else smile. You can't even tell that they have an issue because they're so good at hiding it. And for me, I was just so quiet and to myself. I never even told anybody. I felt like nobody would listen to me if I said anything, but I'm so thankful and grateful that God saved me, that He didn't allow everything that I did to be successful, that He really did look out for me, because I know that the only reason why that happened is because the adversary was trying to make sure I didn't make it to here. I know the only reason why he was going so hard to make me feel like I didn't fit in, like I wasn't good enough, like I was too different, like there was too many things wrong with me, like I made too many mistakes, is because he didn't want me to be able to help other people. He didn't want my testimony to be able to save somebody else. He didn't want me to be able to be used as a vessel for God, so that maybe somebody else could feel like they don't fit in, that someone else that feels like they don't fit in will know that they do fit in, that they do deserve to be here, that God made them and created them for a purpose. You're not just here just for no reason. You're here because God hand selected you, because you're here to change something. You're here to help somebody. And I think I just realized why it's so important to me to make sure that nobody feels judged or alone. I just realized that in this moment. Like I knew, what my purpose was. And, there's something that always lights this fire in me when I see people getting judged or feeling like they don't fit in. And sometimes it'll be people and other people are like, oh, why would you be nice to that person? Oh, you should just let this person do this. And something on the inside of me is so uneasy. I can't just let that person be alone. I can't just let that person be secluded. I can't just let that person feel left out because I know how that feels. I can't just let that person who stays in that relationship feel like they're an idiot or like they did the wrong thing. Listen, we all make mistakes. There's not one person walking the face of this earth that has not made a mistake. Just because you stayed long does not mean that something is wrong with you. You are a human being that wants to be loved and like just like everybody else. Everybody wants to be seen. Now it's time for you to speak life into yourself so that you can have the confidence to move on or do whatever it is that you have to do in your life without judgment. That's why I do this, because I don't want any other woman to ever, or man, to ever feel unseen, unheard, unappreciated, to feel like they don't deserve God's best for them, to feel like they're all alone, to feel like they're constantly getting judged for being themselves, for being a nice person, for being vulnerable, for loving someone, whatever else it is that you're doing. But you have to love yourself first, and we have to do it the right way. We can't just do it through judging people and looking down our nose at somebody because we made a different decision than them. We have to do it by speaking life into them, by letting them know that everything is going to be okay, that God can be their strength when they're weak. We need to do it by allowing them to grow that confidence, to really know that God has more for them. And the only way they can do it is if we keep speaking life into them. We can't do it if we just keep on making people feel badly about themselves. If we keep on making people feel like, oh, well, if it was me, I would do this. You know how bad people feel when you say that. Like, I wish I could tell all the people who constantly want to say, if it was me, I would do blah. Like, listen, you haven't lived that person's life. You don't know what you would do in their situation. You really don't. You just don't. You might have something similar to happen and say, well, I was with this guy that I was really into and I left him. Listen, it's so good and great that you left the guy that you were with in a week, but it's taken this other woman a year. And you telling her that if it was you, you would do this and making her feel horrible about herself is not giving her the confidence that she needs to feel like she loves herself so that she can move on, which is why I do this. I'm doing this because I want every single person to know that they have something strong. They have the strength inside of them. They can lean on God for strength when they are weak. And the more they speak life into themselves, the more they heal properly, the better they will be at finding a person who will really treat them the way God intended them to be treated. You can't get that if you're not willing to heal and put in the real work. You can't get that if you don't start speaking life into yourself. You have to constantly be willing to work at it. You have to know that you are who God created you to be. You have to know what God's love feels like in order for you to get there. Like, if I didn't know what God's love feels like, I would just settle for anything. And I don't catch every single trick that everybody throws at me, every test. I'm not perfect. I make mistakes all the time. But I know that I deserve God's best. Nothing more, nothing less. That's what I deserve in my life, and that's what we all deserve. We deserve to feel safe and seen. I got that from a preacher, but it's so true. Every person wants to know that the person sees them, that they truly see them, not who they want them to be, not them pretending to be somebody else, but really truly see them. And they want to feel safe. They want to feel like this person got them. Like, I don't want to say they about that life. Let me stop using slang. But but they want to know that that person really will keep their secrets. They really will allow them to feel safe in knowing that they can say whatever it is that they need to say without being judged. They really want to know that it's not going to be a person keeping records of wrongs. and trying to make it a tally thing. Like, see, I did all of these things for you. Like, listen, we are not in a competition unless the competition is who can love the other person best. Like, we, I really want perspectives to change. The mindsets of young people, old people, whoever it is, every person to change, for them to really think, what is God's best for me? What is me at my best? What is it that I can do to start truly loving myself? And when you know what that is, you never stop working on it. You always, every day, intentionally speak life into yourself. You every day talk about the things that you want to do to serve and help other people. Because the thing that helped me heal the most is helping others. The more I started to serve in the church, the more I started to serve in different places, the more I started to help different people, the more I felt good about myself. The more I started to feel like I could do anything. The more I started to feel like, it's so funny. They say this and it's so true, but it is so much more blessed to give than it is to receive. It's in the Bible. I don't know what verse it is. Look it up. I will look it up right now, but I don't want to spend like a whole minute doing that. But listen, it really is. It's nothing that fills me up more than serving other people. Like when I'm helping somebody else, when I see them smile, when I see them, even if they don't say thank you, but I can see a change in their life or in their perspective, their mindset, or whatever it is that they're doing. I see them like maybe dress a little better because when they put effort into their clothing, or even if you get an outfit from Walmart, if you steam it, if you iron it, whatever it is that you got to do, if you monochrome it, you do the thing. Because let me tell you, Walmart then upgraded. I'm not trying to shout out Walmart, and I don't want to be like TG and say send me a check, but listen, seriously, they really have been doing it. They redid the store in my area, and it looks like a shopping center. Like, it's so amazing. I'm like, okay, Walmart, I see you doing your thing. But I mean, literally, you could just get anything, and if you put it together in the best way, you steam it, you iron it, whatever else, you will look like you paid a whole bunch of money for something that literally probably cost you $20 to put together. I don't know if people could pay that now with inflation, but you know what I mean. Like, get some cute cargo shorts and get a tank top, cut the top and bottom, get some fabric glue, and glue the top and bottom, make it into a tube top, and now you got a whole outfit for $20. Like, you can get some cargo pants and a tank top, and you could crisscross the straps. Now they have these shirts with the different straps. You could do a strap on the side, straps off the shoulders, straps across the neck, or you could do just regular straps. Bam, whole outfit. You can get a regular pair of jeans, and you could just get a plain top, but you make sure that it's in some sort of color that stands out because you that person. And you got one pair of shoes, like some Lowe's, or you got some Converse, or you got some Tim's. I'm a Timberland person, okay? I know people gonna laugh at me, but I really do like Tim's. So do something like that. It's so cute, and you're good to go. But take the time to take care of yourself, because when you start feeling good about yourself, other people will start treating you better, and you'll start treating yourself better. There's things that you will and will not settle for because you feel better about yourself. And it all starts with you making sure that you know that you deserve better. It all starts with you serving other people. It all starts with you speaking life into yourself. And eventually, before you know it, things will start to change. You'll start to feel better. You'll start to walk taller. You'll start to talk better. You'll start to read more. You'll start to do things that are actually adding into your life instead of taking away. You'll start to make better decisions when it comes to jobs and people because you know what you want in life. So really take the time to heal. Take the time to be in your purpose. So, good night, everybody. I'm not going to be on here all night. I got to get up early in the morning. I got things I got to do. I love being on here. I love serving. I love helping people. I hope that it was helpful. And if you want to see more videos like this, again, I will be on Facebook. I'm pointing this way because I have the Facebook tab open on this side. But I will be on Facebook Live tomorrow at 8:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time from tomorrow until August 2nd. And I will be on here right after with the confessionals. day, 30 days of purpose confessionals or at the party, whatever. I'm gonna find a name for this, and I'm gonna name that it in a like a little thing that's all together. It's gonna be like 30 days of purpose confessional, or whatever. We're gonna call it something. But I'm gonna put that and I'm gonna put it in a group together so that you can watch it. I will see you guys tomorrow. I hope you have an amazing night and on purpose while you are in purpose.